everybody, it's Jed Johnson from dieselcrew.com, and what I want to talk to you about today is elbow pain. I've just come back from the North American Grip Sport Championship here in the first weekend of June, and I was talking with several guys who are experiencing what I call high forearm or elbow pain. So mainly we're looking at the area in this band all the way around the high forearm portion and where the elbow is. Okay? This is a part of the arm that can be a real pain in the ass when it comes to performance, because on so many lifts, whether you're doing a grip strength, test of strength, or if you're doing something a bit more conventional like deadlift, squats, and bench press, or strongman lifts, the Olympic lifts, in all of these moves, the elbows are either producing a great deal of strength over a range of motion, or they're acting in stability. And if you have pain in this area, it can really cause some problems. Now, over the years, I've put out lots of information on how to address this, but there's one other thing that I wanted to put out that a lot of people are not identifying as a contributor to their elbow pain. And if elbow pain is something that you've dealt with for a long time and it's caused you a lot of frustration, I want you to make sure to watch the rest of this video. One time when I had a great deal of elbow pain, I was at the end of my rope, I didn't know what the heck to do, and I finally ended up going to a physical therapist. And I was having all of this pain in this area off to the lateral side of the forearm. It wasn't in this big meaty area, but it was underneath, right at the epicondyle. It's what's called tennis elbow or lateral epicondylitis. And what she said is my triceps were so tight that it was throwing things off in my elbow. So what she did, she didn't even address very much this high forearm elbow area. What she did is she went back and she worked on the tricep muscle. She said what was going on there is because the tricep was so tight, it was pulling on the elbow area, and that tension was creating problems for the entire joint. So, think about it. If you've got problems, think of your arm as a big long chain, okay? And what happens at one link is going to affect the rest of the chain. If you think about it that way, then it makes total sense. With the tricep being so tight, it's going to create problems for the elbow, and it could even lead to further problems down the line as well. So this is what I do in order to keep this pain away, just to continue to address any ongoing tricep tightness, because I do a lot of pressing activities, overhead press, bench press style movements. The triceps have an opportunity to stay tight. So what you usually see people doing for a tricep stretch looks something like this, where they're pulling their elbow back. Well, I don't do that. I do something that you can use that will give you a bit more intense of a stretch. And what I do is I just take a light band. This is a purple band from Jump Stretch. And what you do, just put your hand through here, hook onto the band, then you take a step forward and you can lean into this here. I actually learned stretches of this style from Dick Hartzell at the Pennsylvania State Clinic that I go to every year. Dick generally comes and speaks. He brings the bands with him, and he has this apparatus, a special apparatus for stretching. Well, it looks very similar to a squat cage. This works perfect. I know it's out of your screen, but I've got a pull-up chin-up bar right above here. I just hook the bands to it, and then I can perform this stretch. But what you're able to do is you're able to get a nice stretch from the elbow itself through the entire tricep all the way to the shoulder. It even works at getting some of your lat a little bit. So if your lats are tight, causing problems in your shoulder, that can throw your elbow off as well. Everything just works its way down, and if something's bad up here, it's going to work its way down up here. So this is something that you should try out. Some tricep stretching, different angles. Naturally, you're not just going to bounce back and forth. You're going to hold it for at least 10 seconds, maybe even 30 seconds. But there's lots of positions that you can use. You can also change it up a little bit by hooking your elbow here, then your hand around, and now I've got just a slightly different stretch. Okay, I can move the elbow away from the head more. Now I'm working on stretching the portion of the tricep that lies more inside the arm here. If I come across here, I can stretch the lateral head, the outside head of the tricep. But I'll tell you, that works really well, and the bands are often going to give you a much more intense stretch than just reaching up and doing the overhead stretch. So again, the idea here is that if you've been contending with this injury for quite some time, and everything that you're doing is not working because you're addressing just this area, the problem may be lying somewhere else further up the arm. So give some tricep stretches a try and see how it works. For further information on addressing your elbow pain, I want you to take a look at the link that's below. And we've got a special going currently as this video goes up online, so you can take advantage of this program at a lower price than it normally would be featured at. It's called Fixing Elbow Pain. I put it together with Rick Casselge, and it's a great product that's helped out well over 1,000 people to address their elbow problems. Alright, thanks a lot everybody. All the best in your training. Take care.